It's 7 o'clock. I'm going to call the March 11, 2020 Warren County Planning Commission meeting to order. First order on our agenda tonight is the adoption of the agenda.
Mr. Chairman, make a motion to adopt the agenda as presented.
I'll second.
Motion's made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Our agenda is adopted. Next is approval of the regular meeting minutes of February 12, 2020.
Mr. Chairman, make a motion to approve the regular meeting minutes of February 12, 2020.
I'll second.
Second, motion's made and seconded. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Minutes are approved. Our third item is public presentations. Public presentations are limited to issues that are not included on the meeting agenda. It is intended as an opportunity for the public to give input on relative planning issues and not intended as a question or answer period. If you have something you'd like to bring before us, please come to the podium, state your name and address, and tell us what's on your mind. See no one come forward. So no one come forward, we'll go on to our public hearings. We have 3 tonight. First one, item 2020-0201, Joseph W. Coleman. Request for a conditional use permit for a short-term tourist rental. Property is located at 37 Wellspring Road, identified on tax map 44's lot 28. Is owned agricultural, located in the South River Magisterial District.
That's fine.
Thank you, ma'am.
The applicant is requesting a conditional use permit for a short-term tourist rental for the single-family dwelling located at 37 Wellspring Road, off of Green Manor Loop. In the applicant's statement of justification, which you have in your packet, he states that he and his family recently purchased the property as an investment property and one-day home to enjoy the beauty of the area. In the staff report, I go through all the supplemental regulations for short-term tourist rentals. The closest dwelling is approximately 150 feet to the northwest, so it does meet all the setback requirements to adjacent dwellings. Staff recommends that the Planning Commission is going to approve of this application. The following conditions should be applied. The applicant shall comply with the Warren County Health Department regulations and requirements, and the maximum number of occupants shall not exceed 2 as determined according to the Health Department permit for the 2-bedroom dwelling. The applicant shall have the well water tested annually for E. coli and coliform bacteria, and results shall be submitted to the Planning and Health Departments. All adjacent property owners were notified, and the public hearing was properly advertised. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them. You do have a letter from the Health Department, I believe, in your packet, and then all the information that was submitted by the applicant. And we were able to take a site visit last month to the property. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
Okay, thank you. All right. Same thing applies as I said when you went to a public hearing, public presentations. If you wish to speak for or against this item, please come forward, state your name and address, and tell us your logic. Public hearing is now open. On our sign-up sheet, the only person we had to sign was the applicant, Mr. Coleman. If you want to say anything, please come forward. Up here, we have to do that because I have to get you on your schedule.
Hi, my name is Joe Coleman. I'm the applicant. You have all the information I submitted in the application process. I just open up to questions you may have. My neighbor, the closest neighbor, is here, Mike. He's also the property manager.
Okay, that would come up after the public hearing on questions.
Sorry.
You're fine.
All right.
Okay, thank you, Richard. Anyone else wish to speak to this issue? If no one come forward, public hearing is closed. Looks to me like everything's pretty much in order.
Does for me too.
All right.
Anybody got any questions?
I have one question where it says that initially no manager or eventually up to 2. Are they going to be staying in the house or are they going to be housed elsewhere?
Coleman?
So I think your question is about the property manager, where will he stay?
Yes.
Property manager is my closest neighbor, the one that's about 175 feet. That's Mike, so they're staying in their own dwelling. So the only people staying in the house would be the people that are
Ready.
renting.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Any other questions?
Mr. Chairman, entertain a motion.
Please.
Move that the planning commission forward this application to the board of supervisors with the recommendation to approve the conditional use permit request of Joseph Coleman for a short-term tourist rental with the conditions as recommended by staff.
Is there a second?
Yes, second.
Any further discussion? Okay, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it, it'll be forwarded on to the board of supervisors. Thank you. Our second public hearing tonight, 2020-0202, Jody T. Lee. A request for conditional use permit for private use camping. Property is located on Burma Road in the Mandalay subdivision, identified on tax map 19H, section 1 is lot 16. Property is zoned residential R1, located in North River Magisterial District. Mr. Wendell.
Yes, good evening, Mr. Chairman and members of the Planning Commission. Mr. Lee purchased this lot in May of 2017, was unaware that the conditional use permit was required for private use camping. He would like to use the property seasonally for outdoor recreation and have access to the North Fork of Shenandoah in order to fish and kayak. The property has not had any previous conditional use permits issued to it. It is located in a special flood hazard area. It's been fairly well maintained. There has been some minor improvements made to it, and it shares a driveway with the adjacent property owner on lots 14 and 15, Mr. Hahn, who is also here for a conditional use permit. The Planning Commission is to forward this to the board. Staff recommends the following conditions. The applicant shall comply with all Warren County Health Department regulations and requirements as stated in their comments in the letter dated February 7th, 2020. Number 2, materials associated with the campers are to be stored in a neat and orderly fashion during the time of use and are to be removed from the site when not in use. And number 3, the applicant shall post the property with a lot parcel number for fire and emergency rescue services and to have an emergency egress plan or removal of the recreational vehicles in a portable abode prior to a predicted flood event. This public hearing has been properly advertised. Adjacent property owners have been notified. Mr. Lee is unfortunately out with flu, I've been notified, but he does have a co-owner of the property, and that gentleman is here. I'd be happy to answer any other questions.
Thank you. Anything before we get started? Okay, this public hearing is now open, and we have no one that signed up on the sheet to speak. But if anyone wants to, they're more than welcome to come forward. Seeing no one come forward, the public hearing is closed. All right.
Pretty standard river lot situation.
Yeah, Mandalay, it's an old subdivision, and a lot of the dwellings were eliminated in, I guess, the 85-96 floods, so consequently that's best use as recreational use as a vacant lot for camping and water recreation. So we've got a number of these down in that subdivision.
Okay, we will entertain a motion at any time.
I'll make a motion. I move that the planning commission forward this application to the board of supervisors with the recommendation to approve the conditional use permit request of Jody T. Lee for private use camping with the conditions as recommended by staff.
Second. Motion's made and seconded. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. This will be forwarded on to the board for the next meeting. Third and last public hearing that Mr. Wendling alluded to, 2020-0203, Tony and Shasta Hahn. Request for conditional use permit for private use camping. Property is located in Burma Road in Mandalay subdivision, identified tax map 19H, section 1 as lots 14 and 15. Property is zoned residential R1, is located in North River Magisterial District. Mr. Wendling again.
Yes, Mr. and Mrs. Hahn purchased this property and these lots in 2017 and 18. We're unaware of the requirement for conditional use permit for private use camping. Their intent, again, is to use the property seasonally for outdoor recreation, gatherings of family, friends, and camping, picnics, and recreational uses. The property has not had any previous conditional use permits, and the property has had some minor improvements made to it. They do share that common driveway with Mr. Lee's property. If the planning commission is to move this forward to the board, it will be the exact same conditions I read from Mr. Lee. I'd be happy to read them again if you'd like. The public hearing has been properly advertised, adjacent property owners have been notified, and the property owners are here this evening. I'd be glad to answer any questions.
Thank you, sir. Okay, this public hearing is now open. We have no one that signed up on the sign-up sheet for this one, but if anyone wishes to address us, please come forward. Seeing no one getting out of their seats, public hearing's closed.
Motion?
Please.
Mr. Chairman, I move that the planning commission forward this application to the board of supervisors with the recommendation to approve the conditional use permit request of Tony and Shasta Hall for private use camping with conditions as recommended by staff.
There's a second.
Second.
All right. Hey, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it unanimously. This will be forwarded on to the board of supervisors also. This is all of our public hearings tonight. Our next item is commission matters, starting with any things that board themselves want to bring up. Scott, got anything tonight?
No.
Okay. Joe?
No.
I'm good. You?
I have nothing.
Okay. Ms. Logan?
Just that the demolition of the bank has occurred, as you all have seen, so that project's moving along, and we have the building tenant fit out plans for Chipotle that's going through right now, the process for approval. So those, that project's moving along. And the Equus site plan is under review. That's the warehouse that's going just north of the jail. So that's under review by all the agencies in the planning department. And other than that, I think those are kind of the two big projects right now in the county moving on.
I will tell you also, the Equus project is out for bid.
Okay.
Which project?
Okay. That's
Equus project.
Equus, that's the warehouse just north of the jail.
Right.
That's all.
Ms. Attorney?
I do not have anything for the board tonight.
Okay. Mr. Wenham?
I'll just mention that I have been working on a request for an amendment for family day homes to the county ordinance. I've got a first draft nearly completed, so I'll be meeting with Ms. Logan and Mr. Petty on that.
Okay.
We will have that to you sometime soon.
All right, excellent.
That's all.
Mr. Petty?
Good evening, Planning Commission. It's business as usual in the zoning office. Permits, violations. We are working on the signage ordinance with Caitlin, I'm the attorney. And with spring, we will start reviewing some of our annual CUPs, such as kennels and these private use camping, as the season for that is about to get going. So we'll start that outreach with some of those CUP holders, just to make sure that they are aware, as Mr. Winley alluded to in the CUPs, if there is an unpredicted flood event, that they are prepared and ready. Other than that, that's about it.
Thank you. Cindy, good to have you back. We missed you last time.
Thank you. It's good to be here and to have a full planning commission.
Thank you. Okay. Does anyone have anything else? With that, we'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
That's close. We're adjourned. Thank you.